And then future jobs, they might be a little bit harder to come by.
I think this is one of the most important opinions to highlight because it really demonstrates a severe lack of real-world experience when you're saying that future jobs are going to be harder to come by because of an OnlyFans account. Like, if you think this affects your standing or your social credibility in getting jobs, you are so sadly mistaken. The world would be a much better place if people like Philip Bezos, I don't know if that's his son's actual name, but if Philip Bezos did OnlyFans, that would be a perfectly fine thing to do.
Look, here's the thing.
Fine. Listen,
I'm going to be honest with you. I'm kind of retarded.
But what's up, guys? I hope you all are having a fantastic day today because we are going to be talking about this entire drama surrounding iDubbbz and his girlfriend's OnlyFans account. Now, this entire thing started a while back when she announced on Twitter that she was going to launch a lewd OnlyFans account and basically said that iDubbbz was 100% in support of this, even though they were dating at the time, which led a lot of people to start making fun of him, making memes about it, because at the same time, the #1 meme on the internet right now is the Simp meme, okay? So iDubbbz kind of fell into that perfect category of, you know, falling into a trending meme. So he's getting absolutely clowned on right now on the internet. And well, this entire thing is not looking good for him because what he did today is he released a YouTube video basically addressing this drama. And well, it did not play well for him whatsoever because if anything, it just made him look really defensive and honestly, it fed the trolls even more. And I think honestly, the better choice for him would have been to just kind of let it pass. You know, people have a short memory on the internet. And well, I think if he would have just let it kind of sit there, people would have moved on in a couple months because I don't think anyone still is trying to say like, oh my god, we have to cancel iDubbbz. There's probably like a very small portion of people doing that. But at the same time, people are calling him out and rightfully so because this is someone who built their entire career on YouTube making fun of people who did dumb or weird shit online. And that's exactly what he's doing here because the average man would never be okay with the idea of someone he is in a committed relationship with, whether it be their girlfriend or wife, selling naked photos of themselves to complete strangers on the internet. That is not something that normal men would be okay with. And I'm not talking about people on Twitter, okay? People on Twitter are fucking degenerates. I'm talking about normal people in real life. Like, if you walked up to 10 random men on the street, they would not be okay with this whatsoever. Like, I guarantee you, you ask them, would you be okay with your girlfriend or wife selling naked photos of herself to random people on the internet? It would probably be a resounding no. That's just my guess. But, you know, this kind of happens when you do content creation, and I kind of feel it sometimes, where you start to kind of feel like this loss of connection with reality. You spend so much time online, you start to kind of think of things differently, and you kind of lose touch. I understand it from that perspective, but at the same time, you know, this is legitimate borderline cuck behavior, and the thing he claims too is she wanted to feel fulfilled in this relationship, which, I mean, if you have to sell naked photos of yourself to random people online to feel fulfilled in a relationship, I think there's probably something wrong there. But anyway, the video he uploaded today addressing this entire drama was not well received at all. It's sitting at a 65% like to dislike ratio, and that is quickly sinking, okay? The reaction from his fans is not positive whatsoever, and if anything, this entire video did way more harm than good. So, you know, I figured we would go ahead and take a look at key parts of this because I don't feel like we need to watch the entire video because let's face it, everyone's probably already seen it at this point, but there are some key points in this video I do want to address that he gets completely wrong, like the one you saw in the intro of this video. So without further ado, guys, let's go ahead and check out this fantastic video from the biggest simp currently on YouTube.
For those of you who are unaware of the drama I recently brought upon myself, I'll fill you in. My girlfriend started an OnlyFans account, which is a website where you can upload amateur porn. Anything from double penetration all the way over to lewd cosplay and everything in between. And I think all of it is cool. Yeah, I know. I didn't think it would be a controversial opinion either.
Dude, you're probably one of the only people out there that does not view this as a controversial opinion, so stop acting like, you know, you're surprised that people don't think this is normal. Like, motherfucker, you've made fun of this exact same shit in the past, but the problem is you've been on the internet for so long, you're kind of losing that touch with reality. You're starting to forget how normal people think, and sometimes I kind of suffer from this. I have to rethink what the fuck am I doing here, but this clip I want to show you is the perfect example of him making fun of the very thing he is now defending.
You're a whore. You're a whore, just admit it. You're a whore, you whore yourself out online, you whore yourself out in front of your family and your friends. You're a whore, plain and simple. Just admit that you're a whore and a slut and a harlot.
Now you can argue, oh, it's a joke, he didn't really mean it like that, you know, he was just making a funny clip. But at the same time, this is what his channel is known for, is roasting this type of behavior, like degenerate activity online. And guess what? Most people in the real world view whoring your girlfriend out online, you know, especially after buying her a boob job. You know, she conveniently launches an OnlyFans account, and you know, you're perfectly fine with her selling naked photos to complete strangers. That is viewed as degenerate behavior by most people. So, you know, cut it with this bullshit that you're genuinely surprised that people don't view this as normal.
First up, we got Edward. He probably got told by a lot of people that he looks like iDubbbz, and he really liked that because iDubbbz was cool. But now that iDubbbz is a simp, now he's gonna go in full baby Wawa mode. No, shut the fuck up, you dumb fuck. You don't get to ha-ha funny yourself out of this one. You're a simp. You act all edgy and cool on YouTube and then go and film your girlfriend shoving anal beads up her ass for OnlyFans afterwards? Fuck you. You lied to everyone. You ruined my life. Oh, looks like I did something a little too edgy.
I mean, is iDubbbz actually losing his touch here? Because this is so obviously an ironic tweet, dude. You can tell from a mile away this is a troll because no one is actually out here claiming that because you quote-unquote lied to them and you're now a simp and your girlfriend has an OnlyFans account, that you ruined their life, dude. Honestly, this is sad. This is one of those few examples he uses in the entire video to prove his point that people really have no idea what he actually believes in. So this is not a good look whatsoever for someone who in the past has prided themselves on spending months doing research to finding little details to expose people. So it makes me wonder, is the iDubbbz we used to know gone forever?
You think these fucking retards would actually do a smidgen of research? Because, like, I did it, and I found the potential hypocrisies in what I say in the past, and it's pretty fucking consistent. The funding for the slut shirt is actually very, very low. Skanktown, USA, softcore porn all over the walls. Pretty nice, huh? You know, like, I'm not saying that women should be sexualized or shouldn't be. I'm just saying that there is the market for it, so it makes sense that they would do it. I would say skank and slut, but never was that part of my argument.
I must say, I find it very convenient that the most recent and readily available example of him talking about the subject matter is nowhere in this video, and instead it's a bunch of obscure old videos that most people who are subscribed to him have probably never even seen. It was that green screen clip that I showed you earlier, but I'll go ahead and play it again so you know exactly what I'm talking about.
You're a whore. You're a whore, just admit it. You're a whore, you whore yourself out online, you whore yourself out in front of your family and your friends. You're a whore, plain and simple. Just admit that you're a whore and a slut and a harlot.
But yeah, that to me should have been in this video. That's what people are probably going to reference the most when they're talking about your hypocrisy in this situation. Not those old videos, dude. And I find it very convenient that it was left out of your video entirely.
I wanted to talk more about all the shitty takes that people have, and this guy that we're going to watch has pretty much listed all of what the arguments are for people who don't morally agree with the situation.
So on the cons, we have everyone can see what he sees for a few dollars.
What exactly do you think I'm seeing? Do you think she's shooting fireworks out of her pussy? Do you think she's screening The Matrix Reloaded down there? It's not a mystery, it's a pussy, dude. And then there's no special pussy. It doesn't become less valuable the more people see it. If that's the case, my body and my person is the most valueless thing on the planet.
I just want to make it clear, I'm not trying to preach or anything about what they should or shouldn't do in their relationship, because it's entirely up to them. But at the same time, you know, you are a public figure. You are using your audience to promote your girlfriend's OnlyFans account, and they are more than welcome to criticize you for that. And at the same time, you have a failure to recognize that you and your audience have a huge difference of opinion when it comes to this topic. You have a very uncommon perspective when it comes to the idea of your girlfriend having an OnlyFans account. And instead of, you know, just saying, yeah, we can agree to disagree, you know, I'm dating her, I don't really care, it doesn't bother me, let's just agree to disagree on the topic. No, instead he says that everyone who doesn't share his perspective has a shitty take, and well, we're going to go ahead and get into what he considers some of those shitty takes.
And then future jobs, they might be a little bit harder to come by.
I think this is one of the most important opinions to highlight because it really demonstrates a severe lack of real-world experience when you're saying that future jobs are going to be harder to come by because of an OnlyFans account. Like, if you think this affects your standing or your social credibility in getting jobs, you are so sadly mistaken.
I don't know, dude. The only one demonstrating a lack of real-world experience here seems to be you, in all honesty, because you damn well better believe that companies look at what you've done online in terms of making a decision to hire you or not. You know, maybe McDonald's won't, maybe Wendy's won't, but if you want to go work for like a really nice Fortune 500 company in a nice management position with a great paycheck, everything like that, they're going to do their due diligence. They're going to look at your background, because at that point, you are a representative of that company. When you were hired, you were considered an agent. You represent that company in day-to-day operations, whether it be dealing with clients or suppliers, and they are going to make sure that the people they want representing their company are representing it. They're not going to look at someone with an OnlyFans account who is a borderline porn star and think, yeah, this is really who we want to be the face of our company. No, that is so misleading. And honestly, if there's one thing you take away from this video, it's your online actions do have real-world consequences and repercussions.
And I will also say, if you want to morally grandstand, one of the shittiest things that I think you can do morally is judging someone about what they did previously and not hiring them even though they're qualified for the job. This is straight out of the playbook of the boomer who's decaying in his lazy boy, who wants to tell you, no, that ain't gonna work. No one's gonna hire you looking like that.
Again, this just shows how completely ignorant he is of actual real-world scenarios, because, yeah, you can make fun of the boomers, you know, yeah, it may be a shitty mindset to have, but guess who's making the hiring decisions? Guess who's running these companies? The exact people you just described. So, like I said, he has no clue what he's talking about. He has no experience in this whatsoever. I mean, shit, dude. If there is one thing you take away from this video, and I swear to God, it's your online actions can have real-world consequences, whether it be you applying to school, applying for a job, or anything, even a promotion. That's the thing you have to realize. So, I don't know. This is completely ignorant to me, and this is where the video just takes a complete fucking nosedive.
You can add extra money as well, which, I mean, I don't know if it's really needed in that household, considering the dude will pull like 3 million views off of reviewing peanuts, but, okay.
Sounds like someone's a little bit salty. You do realize that if your partner is making a lot of money and is very wealthy, that doesn't automatically make you feel fulfilled in the relationship or feel like you're contributing enough.
This is what I mean, dude. Like, this is actually kind of fucked if you think about it. And this is where the whole cuck thing is coming from, because no normal couple would have the thought like, yeah, I'm not really okay with my boyfriend making all the money. I don't really feel fulfilled. So, you know, my first reaction is to go and strip naked and sell photos of myself to complete strangers on the internet. Like, that to me does not strike me as a normal thought process. You know, maybe trying to go to college and get a degree or something like that. You know, that seems like a normal thing to do. But, you know, becoming a cam girl or whatever you want to call it, not really a first step I think of when someone in a relationship wants to make some extra money.
Because based on your argument, then I guess Jeff Bezos' son just should never work at McDonald's. There's enough money in the family. I think there's enough money in that household. No reason Philip Bezos needs to go on OnlyFans. Doesn't need to lower himself to that standard.
There is like this major disconnect with him. Yes, most people do not view being a cam girl as being a position of high esteem.
The world would be a much better place if people like Philip Bezos, I don't know if that's his son's actual name, but if Philip Bezos did OnlyFans, that would be a perfectly fine thing to do.
That's right, guys. We would end world hunger overnight. We would have world peace for the rest of eternity if the CEO of Amazon's son would just open up an OnlyFans account. Like, what the fuck is this shit, dude?
I think what I've learned from this experience is when you're speaking to a large group of people and there's some dudes in the back shouting out their opinions like, I fucking hate thoughts. I hate whores. Women who sell their body online fucking suck. That's the worst. Instead of ignoring that and just moving on with my lecture, it might be a better idea to point those people out and say, yeah, I actually don't agree with that shitty opinion. Because it seems like me just ignoring it has led to like a cultivation of a bunch of retards.
Well, I think we can say with 100% certainty that this video was definitely a bad idea and didn't help you whatsoever. If anything, you just brought more attention to the people making fun of you, because now your main YouTube audience, aka 8 million people, plus however many more the algorithm recommends, you know, are now going to have this brought to their attention, whereas before, it was like probably a couple thousand trolls on Twitter. So congratulations, my dude. You played yourself. This video was awful. It was full of bad takes, full of awful advice. I mean, for the love of God, please listen to me. What you do online has serious consequences, because like I said before, the boomers are the ones who are going to hire you, and as shitty as it is that, you know, you're going to be judged by what you did in the past, that's reality, okay? Reality does not stop for any man. But anyway, guys, you know, that's going to do it for this video today. If you did enjoy it, feel free to leave a like on it. I would greatly appreciate it. And well, with that said, I want to thank you all so much for taking the time out of your day to check out this video and for all the recent support as well. And I will catch you guys next time.